Get ready to shake one last time. Are you ready? Hi. It is the Labor Day weekend. That is the last long weekend of the summer, and it means that a new school year is starting next week. So I think it's time to say goodbye to the videos. We have had so much fun together over the past few months in these videos, but now it's time to look forward to what's coming next. Some kids are coming back to our school once again. And other kids are going to a new school for new fun and adventures. And still other kids are having some more time at home, some great family time together. I think in this last video, we need to take a look at some of the cool gardening things we've looked at this year. Of course, you remember the sunflowers. Here are some of them behind me right now. Take a look at what I saw on the sunflowers last week. Look who showed up to the sunflower. It's a honeybee. These fuzzy bees are the kind that make us honey. Are you leaving, little honeybee? Bees are so important to flowers and plants and food that we eat that comes from plants. They collect pollen, the little yellow dust, and spread it around from plant to plant. They take the pollen to make honey, but the plants need the pollen to be able to grow food and flowers. Let's take a look again. Can you spot the yellow pollen sticking to the legs of that honeybee? So neat. Isn't it amazing to think that those tiny little sunflower seeds we planted in the spring together many months ago have turned into these big, tall, beautiful sunflowers. The very first sunflower that blossomed, I was surprised recently to find out when I came out one morning that the two big sunflowers were gone. And I thought, I wonder where the sunflowers went. Big, yellow, beautiful sunflowers. And when I looked closer, can you see? At the sunflower stalk, I noticed that it looks like there are bite marks. That made me guess. I was thinking and I took a guess. I see that the squirrels are so busy now, scurrying around and looking for food like nuts and seeds that they can store away for the winter. When the snow comes and it's harder for the squirrels to find food, then they can go and find the things they were hiding. So my guess is that the squirrels came along and nibbled off the sunflower heads, and they'll eat those seeds in the winter when they need it. That made me feel pretty happy to think I'm helping the squirrels, right, by planting the sunflowers. So great. Do you remember my big bushy tomato plant that had some yellow flowers and tiny green tomatoes on it? Well, my oh my. Can you see all these red tomatoes back here? Where's a nice one? It's time to pick you, I think. Look, starting from a tiny plant, Now we have food for our family to eat. The basil is getting so tall and coming to flower and seed, but there's still some good leaves. Let me find a great one. Here's a nice basil leaf. Oh, it smells so good. We have a lot of basil in the playground where we've been playing this month, and we like to sometimes pick leaves for a snack, and we also pick leaves and stalks sometimes to add to our Play-Doh creations because it smells so nice and looks so beautiful. At our house, a favorite snack is taking a leaf of basil and a bite of delicious tomato we have grown ourselves, still warm from the sun. I think I'll have one more. Juicy. I'm gonna save the rest for later. Oh no, Paisley, you can't have my tomato. I will put it up here. Come here. And look, Paisley is here to say goodbye to you too. Haven't we had fun with the kids, Pais? I've had a lot of different feelings when I think about saying goodbye to you guys in this last video. Some of the feelings are comfortable feelings that make me feel happy. I am so excited that you are growing bigger and taller and you're going to try new things in your lives. Once upon a time, my big boys, Chris and Jackson, were tiny little babies. Look, here's a picture of my big boy Chris when he was a brand new baby. And that's me 19 years ago, because Chris is 19 years old now. Once upon a time, he went to big school for the first time, and he was feeling really kind of nervous about something new. But then he went to school and he loved it. Chris loved school so much, he went to school for many years and graduated from grade 12. And now he's going to go into second year at the University of Waterloo, and he's looking forward to learning more interesting, great things. And here is a picture of tiny little baby Jackson, my other big boy. Jackson used to go to our school. Isn't that neat? And now he's a big 16-year-old kid who goes to high school and has a job sometimes. Babies grow up into kids and teenagers and grown-ups. So that's Chris and Jackson when they were very small. And look at them now. This was a picture we took just last week on a little hike we took with Paisley Dog. I'm also feeling uncomfortable sometimes because for me it's hard to say goodbye to the kids every year. I love you all so much. And I know we won't get to see each other every day, but I know you are off to great adventures and that makes me so happy. We can't have visitors at school right now, but maybe again one day when we can, you can come to visit if you're not returning. And I always tell parents, remember us for summer camp so that we can see your little people grow. It's exciting to think about growing and what the future holds. I want to say a special hello to Luella, Sam, Sophie, and little baby Lily. They're my nieces and nephews. I can't wait to see you guys again. I miss you so much. And Lily, I can't wait to meet you, tiny little baby. Mwah. It's so nice that even though you live all the way in Whitehorse, we were able to connect with these videos and you got to see a different side of Auntie M. Boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boo. The books I'm going to share with you today are two super important books for me. Once upon a time, Chris and Jackson were babies that were still inside my stomach, right? When I was pregnant with them, this is how I looked when Chris was in my belly. I had a big belly with a baby in there. And every day that Chris and Jackson were in my belly, I read the same two stories. And then when they came out of my belly and were small babies and grew into children, I often read them at bedtime, the two bedtime books. Now, it's not bedtime. Clearly, it's the middle of the day, but let's read Chris and Jackson's bedtime stories right now together. The first one is called Goodnight Moon by Margaret Wise Brown. In the great green room there was a telephone and a red balloon and a picture of the cow jumping over the moon. And there were 3 little bears sitting on chairs. And 2 little kittens and a pair of mittens. 1, 2. And a little toy house and a young mouse. Squeak, squeak, squeak. And a comb and a brush and a bowl full of mush and a quiet old lady who was whispering, hush. Good night, room. Good night, moon. Good night, cow jumping over the moon. Good night, light and the red balloon. Good night, kittens, and good night, mittens. Good night, clocks, and good night, socks. Good night, little house, and good night, mouse. Good night, comb, and good night, brush. Good night, nobody. Good night, mush. And good night to the old lady, whispering, hush. Good night, stars. Good night, air. Good night, noises everywhere. And Mama, Do You Love Me by Barbara M. Joose. Mama, do you love me? Yes, I do, dear one. How much? I love you more than the raven loves his treasure, more than the dog loves his tail, more than the whale loves his spout. How long? I'll love you until the umiak flies into the darkness, till the stars turn to fish in the sky, and the puffin howls at the moon. Mama, what if I carried our eggs, our ptarmigan eggs, and I tried to be careful, and I tried to walk slowly, but I fell, and the eggs broke? Then I would be sorry, but still I would love you. What if I put salmon in your parka, ermine in your mittens, and lemmings in your mucklucks? Then I would be angry. What if I threw water in our lamp? Then, dear one, I would be very angry, but still I would love you. What if I ran away? Then I would be worried. What if I stayed away and sang with the wolves and slept in a cave? Then, dear one, I would be very sad, but still I would love you. What if I turned into a muskox? Then I would be surprised. What if I turned into a walrus? Then I would be surprised and a little scared. What if I turned into a polar bear and I was the meanest bear you ever saw and I had sharp, shiny teeth and I chased you into your tent and you cried? Then I would be very surprised and very scared. But still, inside the bear, you would be you and I would love you. I will love you forever and for always because you are my dear one. What a sweet story. A parent loves a kid no matter what. Even if you make a mistake, everybody makes mistakes. Todd Parr taught us that. Or even if you do something that's naughty and not okay, make a poor choice, your parent still loves you no matter what. And you are my dear ones too. Make sure to be kind. Say I'm sorry when you make a mistake, right? To help the other person feel better and yourself too. Look for new adventures. Have so much fun. Play hard. That's important. And we'll see each other again someday. Until next time, my dear ones.